Born in Cameroon in a very poor family without option, the young man started to work in a sand mine. We can say that it is a curse to be born in that poor condition, but we can also say that it is a blessing that that young man started to work in such a young age in a sand mine, because that's the place where he developed that physical strength and power. That young man had nothing and came from nothing. He didn't even have a childhood like the normal kids, but he was determined and motivated to become someone. This is where he received his mental strength and toughness. He decided to travel to Europe with the hope to become a professional boxer. From Cameroon he traveled to Nigeria, from Nigeria to Algeria, from Algeria to Morocco. That man have mentioned it, that he was trapped 1 year in Morocco, and have mentioned it that it was hell. In the future, he succeeded to enter the European continent and travel to France. This man was homeless in a city, Paris. Later in that year, he have met someone who helped him to change his destiny. His name is Fernando Lopez, the owner of MMA Factory. Fernando Lopez let him train and sleep in his gym for free. Fernando Lopez have guided that man to the mixed martial arts because he saw that he have more potential in that fighting style. He wasn't in the big league, but he won 3 times by submission. But the very moment he entered the UFC, he started to knock out his opponent with the power I believe he have developed in a sand mine.
Phone to try to get a matchup with Ngannou. Oh! Goes the Reeb! Francis! Boom!
His name is Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou finally made it to the title fight against the greatest heavyweight champion in the UFC history, Stipe Miocic. That fight started, but you have noticed something very important. Francis depends too much on his power and started to slow down. His wrestling and ground game wasn't that good.
Stipe needs a quick ducking. Nice 1-2. Beautiful! He's hurt! Goodness gracious. Stipe shoots again. Oh!
He lost that fight. After that fight, Francis lost against Derek Lewis. Many speculated that Francis have lost his confidence, but to be honest, even though he lost a little bit his confidence, Francis knows the danger of facing Derek Lewis. When we talk about knockout power, they are almost equal. Derek Lewis have more knockouts than Francis Ngannou. One mistake against Derek Lewis and the fight is over.
On each other's radar.
Shoots it from a distance. He sees it, boom! On the chin. That was it. Delayed reaction. He falls down. 1.
Francis Ngannou parted way with Fernando Lopez. I don't know why, but rumors spread that they don't get along anymore. Francis gained his confidence back and started to knock out his opponent.
There for Biggie Boy. Oh! Oh!
It's over.
Rosenstrike is out!
Whoa!
Ngannou!
He even managed to avenge his loss.
And leave these big openings.
Oh!
Stun.
Knocked out! Nice counter right from
And is the current UFC champion. In his last 2 fights, we have noticed something very important. The Predator have evolved. He is more calculated and patient.
DC in Cleveland.
You
This
can
is
tell.
25.
Oh! Oh!
Stipe took that though.
His takedown defense.
Early shot from Stipe.
This is big. This is a big
Oh, this is actually improved takedown defense by Ngannou.
His wrestling and ground game have improved.
The tree.
Yeah.
That's what Francis said.
Francis Ngannou is more dangerous than ever. Francis Ngannou, the Cameroonian MMA fighter, have relinquished his belt. He and the UFC didn't manage to find a solution, so they parted ways. Francis wanted a better contract, health assurance, and especially do some boxing to get more money. I believe it's fair to say that if Conor McGregor is allowed to do that, Francis may do it as well. Conor was a champion during his transition to boxing. It's the same story for Francis Ngannou. It is a complicated story, but one thing is sure. In the UFC, it's the end of the three African kings because there are no champions no more. The former two-time champion, Conor McGregor. The former two-time champion, Daniel Cormier. The bad guy, Chael Sonnen. The boss, Dana White, and the media, and some from the MMA community have said that Francis Ngannou have made a mistake and have fumbled the bag. Many have said that Francis Ngannou have no chance against the undisputed heavyweight champion Tyson Fury. Francis Ngannou have shown us the meaning of the word we call predator. A predator observes the environment. He observes his prey. He studies his strong and weak point and finds a tactic to neutralize his opponent. This is what the predator Francis Ngannou did against Tyson Fury. Again, he have proven everyone wrong and have shocked the fighting community. In the DC universe, you have the villain, the prehistoric Kryptonian that we call Doomsday. He is the predator of all predators and have a unique ability. Once killed, he comes back and evolves. This is the same situation with Francis Ngannou. He adapts and evolves. He managed to hurt the champion, but sadly, he lost the fight. But the truth is, I honestly don't know if Tyson Fury really won that fight. I wasn't convinced. That fight, if the result is with points, they would have never given the victory to Francis Ngannou. It would have been the ultimate embarrassment that a boxer lost the fight against a MMA fighter. Francis Ngannou needed a KO to be the winner. Sadly, it didn't happen. Francis did better than expected. The Cameroonian is the definition of a winner and is now ranked number 10 in the boxing ranking. Now he will face the Nigerian English heavyweight boxer Anthony Joshua, who have a boxing record of 27 wins and 3 losses. I do not know a lot about boxing, but what I see, Anthony Joshua is a technical and complete boxer who can throw combinations and fight at close and long range. Anthony Joshua is accurate and powerful. Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. When we talk about power, Francis wins. When we talk about fighting at close range, Francis Ngannou have the advantage. But when we talk about boxing, Anthony is clearly better. I don't know a lot about boxing, but I believe that Anthony will need to fight safe and use his jab and move away. He have the speed advantage. Francis Ngannou can use the same strategy as Ruiz Jr. The Mexican was patient but calculated. He was marching forward and pressed his opponent. He even had excellent counters, and as a result, he defeated the Englishman, Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. Their respective skills make them equal, so I will say, may the best fighter win. Leave a comment below in the comment section. Like, share, visit and follow my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time.